Hi, I'm making this video by request of Mistresskaia, who wanted a little bit of help with German. So I decided to make this little pronunciation guide for her since I don't really get to see her all that often, and it's just easier. So I'm going to dive right into that. Grab my little cue cards here, but I don't need this quite yet. Okay. German alphabet is basically the same as English. It has the same 26 letters in the same order, A, B, C, all the way through Z. There are a few extra things thrown in though, like umlauts and things like that, which I'll get to later, so don't worry about that right now. So I'm just going to go ahead, go through the alphabet and pronounce it for you. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, there's 4 in there that don't really sound like how it's pronounced in English, at least how we say it in the alphabet. So I'm going to go through and explain that. J is English J, and like in the German word for yes, J-A, the J is pronounced like a Y, so it's pronounced ja, not ja, ja. So there's that. And let's see, next one, V, foul. That in the German word for 4, V-I-E-R, the V is pronounced like an F, so it's fear. Anytime you see a V, it's an F, or pronounced like an F. So there's that. Third one, which is actually the last of the pronunciation changing, which is W, they, like in the German words for what and water. The W is pronounced like a V. Well, in any, it's always pronounced like a V. So it is pronounced as was and Wasser. So yeah, there's that. And the last one that sounds different when you're actually going through the alphabet, upsilon, that's Y. There's really no change that I can tell, so yeah, so it's still Y, like party. That's one of the only German words I can think of right now that has Y in it. But anyway, moving on. I mentioned umlauts a little bit earlier. An umlaut it'll either be over a U, an O, or an A, and it's just those 2 little dots, but it changes how the word is pronounced. So, like, in the A umlaut here, instead of saying you would say A, like, just, like you were saying an E for this one. Like, in the German word here for apples, plural, it's Äpfel instead of apfel. Okay, second one. O umlaut. This one's a bit trickier, as is the U umlaut. I have trouble pronouncing them occasionally, so my German teacher has a pretty, it's a good way to learn how to pronounce it. For an O umlaut, you start like you're saying a German E, A, and while you're saying it, you form your lips in the shape of an O. So instead of going A, it goes from A to O, it goes A, oo, A, oo. So, yeah, it has that oo sound. Like, in the German word down here, möchten, which, I'm trying to remember the exact translation. I could use it in a sentence, but I can't think of anything right now. I think it's something along the lines of, what would you like? But anyway, moving on. The U umlaut. Scream things there. U umlaut you have a way of pronouncing it. It's similar to an O, at least like with the practicing. Only instead of E to O, it's I to U, so it's E-U. It's kind of weird saying it like that, but it really does work. A good way to practice. So, like down here, the German word for vegetable, it's Gemüse. There's that. See, what's next? Oh, yes. Here's a funny little symbol that you will see sometimes in German words. This is called an aset. It looks like a strange B, but it's not pronounced anything like a B. It actually has more of a hissing sound. It's usually used in place of a double S in spelling. So, like the word down here, heißen, which is to be called heißen. Okay. Now, we get more into pronunciation with different letter order. I have two examples here of I and E next to each other. We have EI and IE. It does matter which order it is. As you see here, German word for no, 9. It has EI. Whenever you have EI next to each other, it sounds like the English word for I. Whenever you have IE next to each other, this looks like it says die, but it really doesn't. It's pronounced D. So whenever it's IE, it's pronounced like an E. So yeah, that's helpful. Moving on. More pronunciations. Here, whenever you have an AI or an EI together, again, it sounds like I, English word. The AU in German, that's pronounced like the English word ow. Like, in the German word for I is Augen, A-U-G-E-N. Whenever you have an EU or an A umlaut with a U, it's pronounced like oi. Like, in the German word for new, spelled N-E-U, it's pronounced noi. And the SCH in German, it's basically the English equivalent for SH. You don't see just the SH alone very often in German, but you'll see this. So it's pronounced like shoe, or sh. Example, German word for school, Schule. Schule. Schule is the German word for shoe. So, yeah. Before I move on to that little phrase, I don't have it written down, but the CH in German, it's basically like a phlegm-like thing, like for a German word, ich. You have words like ich, noch, doch. It's all spelled CH and makes that little sound. It's kind of fun, actually, to say it, but yeah. Moving on. This is a basic German phrase, which translated is I am, insert your name here. Pronounced ich bin, insert name. Bin, like, this is one thing that I was trying to point out on Messenger. It's not like Ben, not like the English name, it's bin. B-I-N, yes. Well, I think that covers most of it. I probably missed some things. Probably won't show up right now, but if you have problems, ask me. I can do another one of these, or if I see you sometime soon, yeah, just ask for any help. So, yeah, I hope that helped. I hope I didn't butcher things too much. So, there you go.